All right, we are at time. Let's get started. If we think about an end-user compute environment simplistically, there are three core pieces to it: the operating system or the image, the applications, and then the user-defined data. Now, if we think about a physical workstation, these three components are very tightly coupled together. They are all on board on your physical computer, and it works just fine. Things start getting interesting when you go to a virtual environment. So typically in an optimized virtual environment, the user is routed to a VM via a brokering service. Now, in efficient deployments, you would be using pooled scenarios or multi-session scenarios, and that creates somewhat of a challenge. The challenge is that every time the user logs into their workspace, if you will, they might be hitting a different VM. So how do we make sure that all the three components come together for this person in a cost-effective, efficient manner without sacrificing the user experience? And we have ways to do that today, but we believe that there is still a little way to go to achieve the promise of a completely dynamic environment that kind of comes together when you need it and goes away when you don't. With Windows Virtual Desktop, we integrated a user profile solution with FSLogix that containerized and dynamically mounted the user profile every time you hit a VM without actually having to read the user profile into the VM, thereby saving you cost on the storage front. But, and so before I move on from there, the user experience is really slick. You can see it. You should visit us at the Windows Virtual Desktop booth. And that is all fine. But that gets us only halfway there, right? What about the apps? Well, the apps still have to be bounded to the VM in some way. And there are a couple of ways that we achieve this today. The simplest way is to just have multiple images catering to each use case within your organization. So you manage numerous VM pools customized for the different users' roles. These individual images need to be patched individually and managed, and this is a slightly high overhead way of doing it. It works in certain use cases. The second way that we see is traditionally under the bucket of technologies called app layering, app masking, app volumes. There are a number of solutions there. And these are great solutions for particular use cases. The one common theme to them, though, is the hiding and unmasking of apps as you need them for certain users. In general, and of course we have a lot of partners who do this pretty efficiently today, but in general, this leads to a larger than necessary image size. And then you might run into some complications, not insurmountable, complications around app licensing. The third way we see this managed is through app streaming. Even here, though, during the time that the user is consuming the app, the binaries need to be read into the VM. And the basic idea of these three components being completely decoupled is still not achieved. Now, what if we could apply the same concept of containerizing the user profile to the apps themselves? What if we could create apps as their own entity and not read them in, but just through a very efficient manner, just do reads from a remote file server all through the Azure backplane, and then have that be the way to deliver apps? Well, we built it. Randy built it, and he's going to talk to you about it. It's called MSIX App Attach. Over to you.
Okay. Thanks, Joydeep. Quick clarification. I kind of had some of these ideas. There's a whole bunch of people that actually making this happen. The MSIX team has been great to work with, and they've actually done this whole implementation. This is a feature of MSIX, and it will be available just in Windows. coming in March 2020, and that release of Windows. So this is all great stuff, and really appreciate their support with this feature. After this session, we're going to have a spotlight on MSIX App Attach at the WVD booth, the Windows Virtual Desktop booth, which is about 8 kiosks over from here. Stefan from my team will be there to answer questions about any of this stuff that you have at that time. All right, so what are some of the advantages of MSIX App Attach compared to what we've done previously? One of the great big problems with existing solutions is you have to repackage an application to get it to work with whatever tool you're using. I was talking to a customer earlier today. They have two groups, one that does the kind of the physical desktops and one that does the virtual environment, and they repackage into MSI for the one, and then they take the same application and repackage into AppV. And there's just a lot of repackaging, and that's a lot of time and a lot of cost. With MSIX App Attach, you use the package in the MSIX format. So as MSIX is actually adopted over the next few years, your developers will just hand you a package that you can use immediately. I should also mention too that there's lots of support today, both from Microsoft but also from software packaging vendors to convert existing applications into this format too. The way that this works, we are not doing any kind of virtualization or anything like that different from what MSIX does normally. When you attach an application and use it, it runs exactly the same way as if you had installed that normally using MSIX. So there's no opportunity for anything different or weird to happen there. It's just how the bits are actually getting made available to the machine. It's the only difference. Because this package is not stored on the Windows disk, it's just stored off on the network share somewhere. It's only accessed read-only, which means that it can be used concurrently by multiple machines. This can be kind of a big deal if you think about how big your Microsoft Office application is on disk. Divide that by 100 or however many machines you got, it could be a big deal. These applications can be delivered on demand. So in the initial release, there's going to be support for the APIs, of course, for developers. There's also PowerShell that all of us can leverage. So there's a couple of commands, and we'll talk a little bit about what those are to actually make something available. It can be done on the fly. It can be done when the machine boots. It can be done when the user logs on, whatever you'd like. In the future, Windows Virtual Desktop will integrate control of this into our management infrastructure, and we're also working with other teams inside of Microsoft as well as outside teams, outside partners to be able to support this in their application management infrastructures as well. It's super easy for these guys to use the SDK and pull this functionality into their existing management platforms. Okay, we talked about, you can make this available at the user level, et cetera, et cetera. The nice thing about this too is that if you're on a multi-user box where you have multiple sessions going on, you can control which users get the applications and which ones don't. And we'll talk about how that works in a little bit as well. I can tell I'm going to run out of time here pretty quickly, but we've got a few more minutes still. The important thing I want you to know about this is just a delivery mechanism. It does not change how the application functions. Once the user is using the application, they cannot tell the difference about whether this application was installed normally on the C drive or if it's being delivered via App Attach. All right. One other sneak bit of information for you. This is new. We're just starting to talk about this. We do have a new file system type that's in development right now that will actually deliver this in a more efficient way than what VHDs do. So that will be coming, and it just works exactly the same kind of way, but it's a read-only file system. And so because of that, it's much more efficient. The attach times are faster than VHD, which is, I know, kind of hard to believe because VHD is pretty dang fast. Uses less RAM, uses less CPU, supports many, many more times concurrent connections and stuff like that. So that's going to be coming as well. It'll be awesome. At some point, we'll introduce that into the preview. By the way, the preview is open, and you can get it just by signing up here. What you need to do is, we'll give you all the instructions there, but basically you need to be on the new version of the OS that's in the fast ring right now, which will be shipped March 2020. And then there's some PowerShell commandlets that we give you so you can play around with this. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how it works. We do have till 25 after, right? 10 minutes, plenty of time. Okay. This is super simple. It's very, very simple, and this is one of the reasons why I like it a lot, okay? So all you do, if you're gonna do this, is you take an MSIX package and you run a command against it, which creates a VHD that basically just has the contents of the package. We call that expansion. So you take the package, you run this thing, expands into a VHD. You take that VHD, you put it in on any file system that you want. It can be anywhere. It can be on the local drive. It can be on a file server, which is probably most typical. And then there are two commands that you need to know about. One is to stage in place, is what the API is called, or the PowerShell module. What that does is it takes that package and it makes that package available on the computer. No users can see it yet at this point, but the package is there and it's ready to go. Now, for each user that you want to see that application, you run the register PowerShell command. After that register command is done for that user, everything's populated in the start menu. The applications can be run just normally. Everything's good. When the user's done, you can unregister, and when you're done with that application on that machine, you can destage, which actually takes the machine out of the database, and then you can disconnect the VHD if you want. All right. Let me give you a quick demo of this working. So I've just got a desktop in Windows Virtual Desktop. I've got the stuff installed here. Let me show you. I've got staged here an application. I'm going to demo for you Windows Visual Studio Code. You can see that in here we've got a VHD attached. This is 500 meg, which is way more space than the app. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's about right. But this thing's attached, and you can see it's attached read-only here. So that same package can be used concurrently on other computers as well. So if I come in, I've not yet registered this for this user. So if I come in and just try to look for Visual Studio Code, nothing up my sleeve, nothing there. So right here I've got the PowerShell, and this is just going to register that for this user right now. So just that quickly, I can run Visual Studio Code, and performance is really, really good. Near native performance. All of the network I/O that's going on. First of all, you're eliminating all of the regular file operations that would be happening. Anytime there's a file that needs to be opened, that's actually being handled locally on this local machine. You're not sending an open over to the file server to do this. So you eliminate all of those. Those don't ever hit the network. Plus, when you actually do go to the network to retrieve data, that's being done at a block level and is way more efficient because of that. So I'm going to just start a new file here. And I'm just going to close this. Now I'm going to deregister this application. And now Visual Studio Code is not visible to me anymore here. I'm going to show you something here, though, so I'm going to register it again. This time when I run it, you'll see that it comes back to the same state that it was before. MSIX applications, whenever you write data, write configuration, anything that you do, none of that's being written back to the network. It's actually stored in your user profile. In this case, we'll be using the FSLogix profile, which will roam with the user. Whatever roaming profile technology you're using, it'll roam the stuff that you've done with this particular application, and the user will, when they launch that application, they'll pick up right where they left off the last time. All right, well, I didn't think we'd get done early, but maybe we can take a couple of questions here. I'm done with the demo, so anybody got any questions? Yeah. So the question is, how are updates handled with this kind of scenario? What you want to do is when you want to disable auto updates in these packages, and then the cool thing is you just drop the new VHD right next to the old one. Next time that the users log in, you simply register that one for them, and they get the new version. If there's some reason they haven't been trained on it or something like that, you can revert just as easily. They just register the old one for them, and then they'll get that. So it's more of a, it's in the IT admin's control when the updates happen. And again, these are stored read-only on the network, so if an update did try to happen, it would just fail. It wouldn't be able to do it. Is there a question here? What's the difference between app V and
app V network share?
Sorry.
App V network share and MSIX network share. Can you show the network share when the application is coming from?
Okay, let me see if I answer the question. So there's a question about what's the difference between this and app V. We'll answer that first. So app V is actually a predecessor to MSIX. So MSIX takes a lot of code. The MSIX team actually owns app V today. The AppX code base, if you know about that, that's kind of the modern app technology. And app V kind of got together, brought some of that technology together, and that's MSIX today. So there's a lot of similarities. MSIX does run in a container. It's a Windows built-in, it's called a Helium container is the technology that's actually used. So there's some protection and stuff going on. But MSIX is really next generation from both of those technologies. And then, I'm sorry, your question.
Can you show the network share?
Oh, yeah, where's the network share for this thing? If I can remember where it is, let's see. I guess I don't. Let's do that afterwards because I'm not exactly sure where it is right now. Yeah.
Let's actually hold the questions for the spotlight at
Okay,
the
are we
booth
done?
because he has got to do one more thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to give away the Surface 6. That's not important.
That's why we have these people here.
All right.
Drum roll.
Here we go. It says Randy Cook on it.
You can't get it. Your mic's
Okay.
off.
Sorry. All right, here we go. 298. 295. All right, we got a winner right back there.
Gentleman in the blue shirt. Please come over here.
All right, thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you
Appreciate
all.
it.
Thank you.